Breaking news. Matty Healy's mom breaks silence in explosive Taylor Swift relationship.
Listen, you're not allowed to say anything, and then she writes a whole album, about it. But Matty has taken it all in completely good grace.
Live television, and Taylor Swift is right in the blast zone. Welcome to PopPlug. Let's get plugged in. We're talking about Denise Welch, actress, broadcaster, and most importantly, the mother of Matty Healy from the 1975. And what she just said about Taylor Swift on live TV has left fans shocked, divided, and speechless. In a moment that stunned both the studio audience and viewers watching from home, Denise flat out admitted something most mothers would never say publicly. Being her mother-in-law is a role that I am glad I lost. Yes, you heard that right. Denise Welch just openly admitted that she's relieved Taylor Swift is not going to be her daughter-in-law. That's not just a comment. That's a cannonball launched straight at the biggest pop star on the planet.
Denise, your son is the great Matty Healy. Yes. On that topic, Miss Swift wrote a whole album about their relationship, Tortured Poets Department. What was your reaction to that album?
And Swifties, they're not having it. This bombshell came during her appearance on Bravo's Watch, What Happens Live, and we're breaking it all down. What did Denise really mean? Why now? And how is this impacting Taylor, Matty, and Taylor's new life with Travis Kelce? Stay locked in. This isn't just a celebrity drama. This is personal. Now, let's rewind the tape. Denise Welch is no stranger to controversy, but during this appearance, when asked about Taylor Swift and the new album, The Tortured Poets Department, things got icy fast. She smirked, laughed uncomfortably, and then dropped the bomb. Obviously, on pain of death. Can I talk about that episode? But being her mother-in-law is a role that I am glad I lost, she said. The audience gasped. And Denise? She quickly tried to walk it back. Not that I have anything against Taylor at all, she said emphatically, adding, it was tricky. Tricky? That's one way to put it. But the rest of her comments, they gave everything away. Listen, you're not allowed to say anything, she went on. And then she writes a whole album about it, and there it is. The real reason Denise is glad she lost Taylor as a future daughter-in-law. Because the real issue isn't just the breakup, it's that Taylor wrote about it publicly with poetic daggers.
Not that I have anything against her at all.
Okay.
It was just, it was tricky, but listen, you're not allowed to say anything, and then she writes a whole album, about it. But
let's be real, when Taylor Swift writes about someone, she goes in. No sugarcoating, no holding back. She turns heartbreak into lyrics, and those lyrics turn into chart toppers. Her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, is already under a microscope, and fans are convinced Matty Healy was a major inspiration. The lyrics hint at something messy, short-lived, and honestly, kind of chaotic.
Yeah. I've had a guy be like, "You're not gonna write about this, are you?" I'm like, yeah, I am.
And Denise, she's clearly not loving it. The way she talked about it, the tone, the phrasing, it didn't feel like a casual comment. It felt personal, maybe even a little planned. And here's the wild part. Taylor and Matty's relationship wasn't even that long. Just a few months in 2023, right after her breakup with Joe Alwyn. But the history between Taylor and Matty actually goes way back, nearly a decade in fact. They met in 2014 at a 1975 concert. Rumors swirled, but things didn't get serious until 2022 when they were spotted in studios together collaborating on music that was never released. By January 2023, Taylor made a surprise appearance at Matty's show. Then bam, April hits, she's single, and by May, she's with Matty. But then came the backlash. Matty Healy was caught making crude jokes, mimicking accents, and mocking rapper Ice Spice on a podcast. Fans called it out loudly. Many were furious that Taylor didn't address it. Others were heartbroken that she was even with him. By June, it was over. Fast forward to now, Matty's engaged to model Gabriette Bechtel. Taylor's in a very public romance with Travis Kelce. So why would Denise suddenly drag Taylor back into the spotlight? Sources close to Taylor say she's not amused. It's a bit obnoxious in Taylor's eyes, but she has to take the high road, the insider exclusively told the Daily Mail. If there was anything that would be in a future song of Taylor's, if she were ever to respond, she would respond that way. But as of right now, she might just let it slide. She is not going to let Denise ruin her day. That's the official strategy. No retaliation, no interview. you, just shake it off. But come on, we know Taylor. She might not clap back in a tabloid, but her revenge comes laced in glitter and wrapped in lyrics. This isn't her first time being caught in the middle of a family feud. Remember Jake Gyllenhaal? Fans still talk about the infamous scarf and the shade that was red, Taylor's version. Or what about Calvin Harris? The Twitter rants, the ghostwriting drama, and of course, Joe Alwyn, whose family was reportedly shocked by Taylor's sudden departure from their 6-year relationship. So when Denise Welch says,
"Not allowed to say anything," and then she writes a whole album, you know,
it hits hard because Denise knows one wrong quote, one leaked video, one passive-aggressive soundbite, and Taylor will turn it into chart-topping art. But this time, Taylor's playing it cool, and it might be because everything else in her life is golden. She's in the middle of the most successful tour in music history. She's now a billionaire. She's reclaiming her masters, and she's in love with Travis Kelce. Travis just went Instagram official, dropping a carousel of 13 pictures Taylor's lucky number with the caption, "Had some adventures this off-season, kept it 100, according to a source speaking exclusively to People." The post was intentional and his way of showing how serious things have become. One photo showed his lock screen and fans lost it. Was it a proposal? A ring? Not quite. Zoom in and Taylor's holding up both hands with no engagement ring in sight. Plus, she's wearing her Eras Tour bodysuit, a look she's worn before with no jewelry.
He had mentioned on his podcast that he went to the show, wanted to meet her afterwards, didn't get the chance to. So we just started talking about it on our podcast saying, Taylor, do this for America.
Still, the Swiftie sleuths are convinced something big is brewing, especially since Taylor herself gushed about Travis's new Netflix movie, Happy Gilmore 2. She posted along with the movie poster, "Happy Gilmore 2 had me cackling and cheering the whole movie. An absolute must-watch, 13 out of 10. Go watch it on Netflix as soon as humanly possible." So while Denise Welch is tossing passive-aggressive barbs, Taylor is cheering for her man and living her best life.
Knowing that she's shown me all the support in the world, it's just been an amazing experience.
That's what makes this moment so fascinating. Because Denise's outburst might have just backfired. The narrative, it's no longer poor Matty. It's why is his mom still bitter? Let's be clear, Denise isn't just Matty's mom. She's a public figure, a celebrity in her own right. And when she makes comments like this on a global platform, it isn't harmless. Some fans are even accusing her of clout chasing. After all, Denise made her remarks just as the Tortured Poets department skyrocketed in sales. Coincidence or calculated timing? What's more, this could seriously impact Matty's future relationships. He's currently engaged to Gabriette Bechtel, a rising model. But how will her family feel seeing his mom take jabs at his ex, the most powerful woman in entertainment?
Matty has taken it all in completely good grace. He's very happy with his amazing fiancée, Gabriette, who is gorgeous. And so we've moved on.
If Matty wants to move on peacefully, this drama doesn't help. And what about Taylor? Well, the source says she's unbothered. Taylor respected Denise and will continue to do so, as this will go away very quickly, the insider said. But if Denise continues to talk about it and bash Taylor, then Taylor would say something. The ball is still in Denise's court to see if she wants to continue the narrative she brought upon herself. So now, as Denise Welch makes headlines for taking a public swipe at her son's ex, one thing becomes clear. This wasn't just commentary, this was personal. And maybe, just maybe, it wasn't even about Taylor. Maybe it was about trying to stay in the conversation when the spotlight has long since moved on. Because while Taylor is off rewriting global tour records and building an empire, others are still trying to insert themselves into a chapter that's already been closed. As one fan perfectly put it, Andy and Denise out here clawing for relevance, like it's still 2009 and Taylor hasn't sold out stadiums on 6 continents and left behind a troubled boy for a man with manners. And another said what many are thinking. This lady is certainly looking for attention. Your son is an adult and he doesn't need mommy's help. But here's what really matters. Taylor's not clapping back. She's not even blinking. She's letting the noise echo while she keeps winning. So, did Denise just reveal why things between Taylor and Matty were never meant to last? Or did she accidentally remind the world why Taylor never looked back? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Was this just a bitter moment on live TV or a deeper look into the chaos behind the curtain? Because in Taylor's world, silence isn't weakness. It's the calm before the next headline. And this one just reminded us who really holds the pen.